See what's going on Eyewitness News at 6.
I just thought it was just a regular day out here in Ashland. This is something we hear about and see all the time till it hits close to home.
Some people on Cypress Street Court woke to gunfire and a death in their community. Neighbors react after a mother was shot.
Plus, a grand jury hears evidence against Bradley County Sheriff Eric Watson. We have details on what charges the sheriff could face, and
he's never been in trouble in his entire life. He is a high school graduate. He was working 2 jobs at the time of this event. He has been nothing but an upstanding member of society.
That's the attorney for the driver in the Woodmore school bus crash. She thinks her client should avoid jail time. Eyewitness News at 6 starts now.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 6.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Greg Glover in for David Carroll.
And I'm Lori Mitchell in for Cindy Sexton tonight. Police say they know who killed a mother of 3 inside an East Chattanooga apartment early this morning.
Officers arrested Reginald Oakley for the death of Katrina Holloway. This is not the first time Oakley's been charged with murder. Channel 3's Tim Pham kept us updated from the crime scene this morning. And now he has this report on how police made an arrest so quickly.
Police believe Holloway and Oakley were involved in some kind of argument before the shooting. It was a heartbreaking day as friends and family members learned of the woman's passing.
Was saying that they heard pop, pop about 1 something this morning. I was asleep.
The sound of gunfire and the blaring of blue lights. That's what neighbors woke up to on Cypress Street Court. Police spent the next 5 hours looking for clues in the death of 42-year-old Katrina Holloway.
I don't know what to say. Like, I'm just lost. Like, I just talked to her last night. And to just wake up and see you guys here, because this is like, we don't believe this is going on. This is unreal.
Those who knew Holloway say the mother of 3 worked hard to support her family and was in a relationship with the man accused of killing her.
Didn't bother nobody, down to earth, nice person, free-hearted, you know.
Police say Holloway got in an argument with Reginald Oakley before he shot her. Holloway died before police arrived. Oakley was questioned by investigators and taken into custody. It's a place he's been many times before. His violent criminal background dates back to the 90s.
If police is in like the States or whoever had him locked up knew his background, he should have been in, I think, in a mental hospital or locked away years ago. His background has been violent since he was a young guy.
Stuffed animals sit on the doorstep where neighbors say they saw Holloway last. They're focused on her children and their future. Oakley is facing 4 charges, including criminal homicide. He's expected to appear in a Hamilton County courtroom on July 27th. In the studio, Tim Pham, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
This isn't the first time Channel 3 has reported on Oakley, who also goes by Reginald Woods. In 2011, he was accused of shooting 3 people with an assault rifle inside that same apartment complex. Those charges were later dismissed by the district attorney. He has a violent criminal record that includes another murder charge in 1996. He pled guilty to a lesser charge of manslaughter in that case. Now to some developing news out of Polk County. We've learned an inmate has been shot in Benton. It happened in the area of the East Parksville boat ramp shortly after 2:30 this afternoon. The inmate was flown to the hospital. No word right now on how badly he or she was hurt.
The attorney for the driver of the Woodmore school bus thinks her client should avoid jail time. Jonathan Walker faces several charges in connection with that November crash in which 6 children were killed and many others were hurt. It happened on Talley Road. Amanda Dunn told a judge today she plans to file an application for diversion. That's an alternative sentencing program which applies to misdemeanors and Class C and D felonies. Only those who do not have a significant criminal history qualify. Dunn says both apply to the 24-year-old.
What that means is that person would plead guilty, but a judgment would not go down against them pending their completion of a probationary term and any other conditions the judge felt was appropriate in their case.
It is up to the judge to decide if a diversion's granted. We also learned today the district attorney plans to present new evidence to the grand jury for additional charges in the case. Dunn believes those charges will be similar to what Walker already faces.
A judge from the Nashville area has been assigned in the case against Bradley County Sheriff Eric Watson. The sheriff's office tells us prosecutors presented evidence against Watson to a grand jury yesterday, but it's still not clear what charges he could face.
Channel 3's Cameron Taylor joins us live in the studio to explain when we expect to find out. Cameron.
Greg, Judge Don Ash from Rutherford County confirmed he has been named the special judge in the case. Now we're waiting to find out if the sheriff will face charges. Possible misuse of county credit cards and alleged abuse of power. Those are the allegations facing Bradley County Sheriff Eric Watson. Bradley County Commissioner Dan Rawls filed complaints with the DA's office, which launched a TBI investigation.
Well, it's very concerning because, I mean, this is a person that was given the highest level of public trust.
Bradley County's DA Steve Crump recused himself because Watson contributed to his run for office. Sevier County's DA Jimmy Dunn was the one to present the TBI's findings to a jury Wednesday. The sheriff's attorney says Watson did nothing illegal.
Sheriff Watson has denied any wrongdoing and does not believe that he has violated the law.
It's not clear if the grand jury chose to charge Watson. All sides say we will learn when they do.
An indictment is merely an accusation. Sheriff Watson does not yet know what those accusations are, if there are accusations.
If this is proven to have been committed, he should face the same justice as anyone else, you know, and so that's the realism of it. That's where we are, you know, and I don't want to see that someone's given any leeway just because of an elected position.
Sheriff's office told us Sheriff Watson was unavailable today. As soon as we learn the grand jury's decision, we'll be sure to let you know. Live in the studio, Cameron Taylor, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Cameron, thank you. Tonight, the Hamilton County School Board will focus on the I-Zone schools.
Those are the 5 lowest performing schools in the county. They are at risk of a state takeover. Channel 3's Tanisha Cordell joins us live with this story. Tanisha.
Well, school board members wrapped up that work session discussing the future of those 5 low-performing schools, or I-Zone schools. Now, they also talked about their meetings last week with Commissioner Candace McQueen with the Tennessee Department of Education. Now, they say McQueen is still pushing for them to choose either one of 2 options, partnering with the state or letting the state take over completely. Now, the problem is many of the board members say, 1, they don't think it's illegal, and 2, they don't trust the state. They say they're still waiting for test scores to come back. Now, Dr. Brian Johnson, the new superintendent for the district, was here for tonight's meeting and that discussion. He says he wants to meet with teachers, principals, and the community to come up with a plan. Now, all of the board members agree that all those 5 principals of those schools know the kids best, and if they're given the opportunity, they can fix the majority of these problems if they're given the opportunity again to do so. Now, we're told they have until the end of August to make a decision and submit a decision on what they're going to do with those 5 low-performing schools. So a decision still has not been made. Lots of more discussion to be had. For now, live in Hamilton County, Tanisha Cordell, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Tanisha. Coming up on Eyewitness News at 6, deputies say they found the person responsible for the Thanksgiving burglary of a Grundy County pharmacy. And later,
what saved her was she woke up right then. If she had fell asleep and he got to where he was going, it could have turned out a lot worse.
A truck stolen with a woman in the back seat. The owner of that pickup truck shares what happened.
More hot weather coming up for tomorrow. The chance for rain very slim until the weekend. I'll tell you all about that in my 7-day forecast.
with coverage you can count on. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 6.
New at 6, officials with the Grundy County Sheriff's Office say they have found a man accused of breaking into a pharmacy last Thanksgiving. The sheriff said Andy King and another accomplice broke into the pharmacy on Thanksgiving 2016. He's charged with aggravated burglary and vandalism and will appear in court August 10th.
3 times in 2 days, a thief stole a car with a person inside. Now we're hearing from the family involved in the latest case. The suspect stole their truck from the Lowe's parking lot in Hickson. When the suspect realized there was a woman still in the back seat, he stopped, jumped out, took off. Police are still looking for that suspect, and right now they are not saying much about any of the 3 cases, but police records show dozens of vehicles have been stolen in Chattanooga over the last few weeks, and many of those cases have one thing in common. The keys were left inside the cars.
We were panicked because my cell phone died. I couldn't call her. And so, you know, for her, it was out of the parking lot, down the road and back around, but we didn't know. We were standing out there looking for her, hunting for her. Lock your doors. No matter what, lock your doors. I mean, even now, if they're with me and they're in the truck, I'm going to have them lock the door.
It is not clear if the 3 cases are connected. You can count on us to keep you updated on this story. Coming up on Eyewitness News at 6.
He is a lot stronger than me, and I've told him that most of his life.
The local child who captured the hearts of many after sharing his story of battling brittle bone disease on national television now is in the midst of another fight. And Paul Dares has your full forecast coming up.
Be sure and wake up and start your Friday morning off with us on Channel 3 Eyewitness News today. Lots going on this weekend.
And Friday marks 1 month from the total solar eclipse. We're going to tell you what you need to know to get ready for the big event. All starting at what time, Latrice?
4:30. We'll see you then.
Patrick Chirac is back in the hospital battling pneumonia and some unexplained fractures, including a broken femur. The Tennessee Valley became familiar with Patrick back in February 2011 when ABC's show Extreme Makeover tore down his home and built a new one in its place.
He's having some serious breathing problems and some other respiratory issues, but his family tells Channel 3 the 15-year-old is in good spirits, recovering in intensive care.
Patrick is repeating an episode from 2 years ago with sudden fractures while sleeping, followed by failing lungs. But Michael Chirac tells me Patrick is much better condition today than he was a week ago.
This is the last thing we can do for him. They said he's on the edge, and we just have to hope that this works.
Patrick Chirac may have brittle bone disease, but to his father, he has all the strength in the world.
He is a lot stronger than me, And I've told him that most of his life. There's no way I could handle even the fractures that he's had.
Patrick was admitted to the hospital early last week for a second time in 2 years. His femur and shoulder were broken while sleeping. Fluid began filling his lungs. Patrick was put on life support and listed in critical condition.
They told us that all the respirator would do would be just keep him going, that the only solution for it was for him to start healing, which he did.
It's why the Tennessee Valley admires him.
He went into it stronger this time, and we knew more, and so he's recovering faster and with less problems. He didn't have the heart failure like he did last time.
He's a fighter, born with a spirit of inner steel and a heart that won't quit.
Him to come honestly close to death more than once and just wake up and say, I want something to eat. When's breakfast, you know? He's just unbelievable.
Patrick remains in the ICU until doctors believe he is strong enough to move to a regular room. The family says they are taking it day by day, but appreciate all the support and prayers from the community. We will be sure to keep you updated on Patrick's recovery. In the studio, Kate Smith, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Sure do wish him and his family the best. Let's talk about the weekend. If you're looking for something to do, you can head down to Ross's Landing. Something going on down there called Riverfront Nights. It's a concert series. It starts Saturday at 7 p.m. Courtney Daly Band will open for Atlanta Royale. That starts at 7. Shows are child and pet friendly too. You have to leave your coolers at home though. It's free every Saturday night through August 19th.
All right, and time now to check in with Chief Meteorologist Paul Barris.
He has a look at the 7-day forecast. The weekends in those 7 days. Paul?
That's right. I'm going to give you a little preview of some of these temperatures coming up. Next couple days, really hot. And normal highs around 90. We're going to dip down near normal or a little below coming up into next week, which is great news. And if you're going to want to play some golf early tomorrow, 75 in the morning. It's going to be really sticky. And around noon should be about 90, about 3 o'clock, about 92. But if you're in the sun, make sure you're wearing a hat because it's going to feel a lot hotter than that. Heat index will be near 100 degrees. And in the sun, it's even worse than that. Most of the showers are south. There's some storms off to the north. There's really nothing near us right now. Currently, it's 92 in the city, 91 in Cleveland, 90 in Athens and Murphy at 86 with Blue Ridge at 87. The winds out of the northeast about 8 miles per hour. Heat index, once again, is 100 degrees in the city, 99 in Cleveland, 98 Athens, 90 out near Murphy. So really hot stuff. 94 the high today, 73 the overnight low. Our forecast was 94 and 73. That doesn't happen too often. We hit them both right on the button, so I'll mention that. 93 in Varnell, Dalton 92, Lafayette and Scottsboro 92, Chatsworth and Calhoun 94 for a high today, with 95 in Cleveland, and also up in the Soddy Daisy with 94 in East Ridge, North Chattanooga, and Trenton. Signal Mountain was 86 with 88 out near Lookout Mountain, Turtletown 86, Murphy at 90, Jasper 94, 96 Pikeville, to 94 in 10 Mile, 97 Spring City. The latest Vipercast is showing really nothing for tonight. We'll have pretty much fair skies. Got a few high clouds out there now. They'll disappear overnight. By noon tomorrow, again, mostly sunny skies and the heat really building up. By 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, still really nothing showing up around here. It's all up near Knoxville. By 8 o'clock up near Knoxville, some pretty good thunderstorms. They'll drift down to the south and east, so they'll miss most of us. They may skim some of our eastern counties. By Saturday, 7 o'clock in the morning, not much. By 1 o'clock in the afternoon, some widely scattered isolated thunderstorms start to build. So we're going to have a little better chance coming up into Saturday than we will for tomorrow. By Saturday evening, a lot of it disappears, moves into the Blue Ridge, and then it's going to reform again coming up into Sunday. So that's when we're going to see some more showers and storms. So for tonight, 75 with fair skies. It's going to be very, very muggy though. Tomorrow highs into the mid-90s, mostly sunny, and it's going to feel like it's about 100. Tomorrow night, 76 with fair skies and very muggy weather once again, very sticky. If you're doing any work outdoors in the early morning, you'll still be soaking wet, but at least you won't be really burning up. On Saturday, we're looking at 93 at a 30% chance for those showers and storms, mainly in the afternoon and evening. Sunday, about a 40% chance, 70% chance Monday, and just isolated showers Tuesday, Wednesday, and some scattered storms next Thursday. But we do cool down for next week, but not tomorrow. Another scorcher.
Cool down sounds nice.
It will be next week.
Thank you, Paul. Coming up next in sports, the Vols are 9 days away from opening fall camp.
Expectations aren't as high as they've been in the past, but don't tell the players.
Don't tell Todd Kelly Jr. that either. He will not hear it. We have the proof next as you hear from TK Jr. Plus, we touch base with the Tribe. Your Sequatchie County Friday Night Football season preview is next.
Right now we're in the weeds, you know, nobody's really seeing. Right now we're in the weeds, you know, nobody's really seeing us, almost like a snake in the grass, but, you know, our goal is to end up biting somebody at the end of the day.
Todd Kelly Jr. may be smiling, but he is itching to bite someone. The Vols are 9 days away from opening fall camp, and they do so as, quote, the snake in the grass. TK Jr. explains.
That's what we kind of have, that mindset where we know our value and that's all that matters, and if we give our all and stick together as a unit and as a team, then it's going to be pretty special.
Kelly and the Vols will enter camp with less outside expectation than they did in 2016 as a preseason favorite in the SEC East. The Vols report next Friday the 29th. Their first practice is Saturday the 30th. Media day set for Sunday the 31st. Now closer to home, the Chattanooga Mocs will get their camp started earlier than most around the nation. The Mocs report to camp over the weekend with their first fall practice set for Monday. Remember, Chattanooga and Jacksonville State, a top 25 showdown, will kick off the college football season a week early, Saturday, August 26th on ESPN2. On the prep beat, it didn't take long for Sequatchie County's Adam Kane to leave his mark in the Valley. He took a 3-win team, won 7 games in year 1 and 13 in year 2. Their only loss was in the 3A semifinals to the eventual state champion, Alcoa. But that was an Indian team that graduated 15 seniors.
You know, the biggest deal for us is just we've got some kids that have some ability, but they haven't played a whole lot of football, and that's showing up right now. You know, somehow, some way, we got to figure out a way to gain some experience before, you know, the season starts.
Sequatchie County has 6 seniors right now, just 6, but really only 1 true returning starter, and that's fortunately at quarterback. Kane, a Macaulay grad, says he wants this team to feel the urgency. With the season less than a month away, the Tribe open up at South Pittsburgh August 18th. If ever a nightmare scenario for the Atlanta Braves, this West Coast trip is it. 4 against the Dodgers, followed by 3 in Arizona. It's a lights-off, phone line cut, Freddy Krueger scratching a window type of dream situation. Let's explain. First, Los Angeles. The Braves have lost 12 of their last 15 games inside Dodger Stadium. Meanwhile, the Dodgers have won 31 of their last 35 games. 31 of 35 wins. Atlanta has lost 3 straight, 2 against lefties. For Chicago, the Dodgers will throw 3 lefty starters, 2 of which Clayton Kershaw and Alex Wood, who are a combined 26-2 on the season. And to top it off, Freddie Freeman left yesterday's game with flu-like symptoms. Chop on, everyone. 10:15 start in LA. In the minor leagues, Chattanooga Lookouts continue their series at Mobile with the Bay Bears. 7:35 start. Chattanooga has won 6 of 7. They are back home. The Lookouts are on the 25th. Going back to the Braves, if we have a second, guys. Freddie Freeman, it's called Freddie Hugs. He has a hashtag. He hugs everybody. He's the team hugger, and he has the flu.
Who knew there was a position for that on a baseball team?
Right?
Speaking of, Braves fans are certainly happy the Dodgers are playing the scrubs against the Bravos, huh? I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Those
right?
are the 2 best pitchers in the league.
No big deal.
Really.
Alex Wood, 11-0.
Yeah.
Clayton Kershaw, former Lookout.
The former Lookout, that's right.
May have pitched
when
4 or
the
5
Lookouts
innings.
were the Dodgers.
That's
yeah.
right.
All right, now we want to talk about the other big story of the day, the heat. It just continues.
It's going to continue tonight, too. It's right now, the temperature is pretty warm. It's 92 degrees. Heat index right now is 100. 86 by 9 o'clock, and by midnight should be about 81. That's pretty muggy for midnight. 7-day forecast shows some relief next week, but still hot weather for the next couple days. Showers and thunderstorms popping up into this weekend and Monday.
We'll take any relief we can get, Paul.
Yep.
Thank you.
Have a good evening. We'll see you back here at 11. Nightly news with Lester Holt coming up next.
Good night.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
When we'll get a little break from this hot and humid pattern at 11. When we'll get a little break from this hot and humid pattern at 11.
What's next for 5 struggling schools in Hamilton County at risk of a state takeover? The school board and the new superintendent discussed plans to improve the I-Zone schools, plus how a gift from the Girl Scouts helped these firefighters save a dog's life. What will it take to help 5 struggling schools in Hamilton County?